up, y'all? Back with another video right here, and it's gonna be a Boondocks video, you know. So y'all used to watch Boondocks too, right? Y'all like the show too, right? It was really fire and funny. So me, I used to watch. Yeah, man, Boondocks was my show, man. I used to watch the Boondocks like 100 times, and like the same episodes over and over again. But from season 1 to season 3, you know, and in season 4, I didn't like season 4 that much, but overall, I still like the show. So, oh yeah, I used to like bought the Boondocks season 1 DVD set and season 2 DVD set, all of them uncut. So yeah, that's how much I used to like the Boondocks so much. It was my favorite show in Adult Swim, you know. And yeah, good times. So what we got here is gonna be the 10 top funniest Boondocks moments. Yeah, let's get to it, y'all. The Boondocks. Oh yeah, it's gonna be dedicated to the life of the great John Witherspoon. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Pops. Alright, let's get to it.
With the 2020 reboot of the Boondocks, that means that the Freemans' outrageous adventures are set to return to the small screen. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Boondocks moments.
I know about white people too. Like when they talk, they say the whole word like this.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most laugh-inducing and or darkly humorous moments and scenes from seasons 1 to 4 of Cartoon Network's adult animated sitcom. Number 10, Riley's teacher.
Oh, this
It's no surprise that the first entry on this list features this pair. In season 2's The S Word, the Freemans sue Riley's 3rd grade teacher, Mr. Petto.
Oh, they also always had the funniest reference, yo. I mean, to the movies, reference and shows, and this is crazy.
For using this slur against Riley.
It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a J. Edgar Hoover elementary teacher has now been suspended over calling a student the N-word.
Mr. Petto explains that his foul-mouthed student's language is so heavily littered with the slur that he's stopped noticing it entirely, as it has crept into his inner voice.
I'm telling you, my inside voice didn't talk like that before he got in my class.
He depicts Riley's use of the word as being so ubiquitous that when he heard Riley ask about borrowing a fry, Mr. Petto's inside voice had the reflex to respond in kind instead of being offended by the contemptuous term. This episode is actually loosely based on real events. Number 9, Granddad opens a restaurant. If you know what it's like to taste food as addictive as caffeine, then this episode's for you. When Granddad cooks soul food for Sunday dinner, Ed Wensler is so impressed that he offers to open a restaurant to serve it.
I'm telling you, Robert, this is the best location in Woodcrest.
Granddad's food produces an effect called the itis, which is a sleepy state that results from its extremely high fat content.
Huey, you handle the dishes.
Hey, I used to get the itis every
Wensler's
time.
plan, as suggested by Riley, to cater to this effect by providing beds for sleeping customers of the itis restaurant, proves to be too successful, as the neighborhood quickly devolves into a crime-infested area, with individuals becoming obsessed with Granddad's fatty food.
Damn! What happened to you?
Look, I was just wondering if I could get a quick Luther burger.
Hey, come on, get off me! What's wrong with you, woman?
It's ultimately revealed that this was Wensler's plan all along, so that he could buy the remaining property in the
she got
neighborhood.
freaking
I
overweighted
believe our business is done. Have a nice
this episode.
Number 8, diss track for Granddad. When the
Thugnificent.
fictional rap superstar Thugnificent moves into Woodcrest across the street from the Freemans, a beef is instantly born.
Oh man, Thugnificent and the lethal interjections living here.
Thugnificent makes an immediate impact in the neighborhood by throwing a party, and Granddad files a complaint for noise and cars parked on.
Yo, the F Granddad tried that Thugnificent made was really fucking fire. I listen to it every time too. Like it's a real life song.
His lawn.
Hey, shut up all that damn noise! I'm an old man. Y'all need to listen to some Nat King Cole.
In response to this transgression, Thugnificent releases an expletive-filled diss song and music video against Granddad, and it does not disappoint.
Snitching ain't the thing to do, so now me and my crew gonna show the block how to handle this fool. He just hating cause we went from rags to riches. just the baddest bitches.
The rapper goes after Granddad's old age
That
and
shit is so
snitching
fire.
ways and hires a pathetic old actor to imitate him. The hilarious track then inspires kids all throughout town
Yeah,
to
that's the
assault
actor
old
from
people.
Friday.
As a local teen explains, quote, because Thugnificent does it and that makes it cool.
Recently, a rash of
Sway.
elderly assaults attributed to the beef have broke out, including 2 in Lithuania and 1 in Tokyo. The AARP announced a boycott of Thugnificent's record label is feared that the protests could soon explode into more violence.
Number 7. Riley writes a letter to
Oh my
Santa.
god. This
When Riley
crazy
doesn't get what he
shit.
wants from Santa, there's a price to pay. In this episode, Riley takes revenge on St. Nick for failing to give him a set of rims that was on his wish list during a previous Christmas.
I didn't ask for much, just rims, not even the whole car.
Rims.
And what do we get? Nothing.
Riley takes it up with the old man in a mall appearance by throwing a chair at him and beating him with a golf club.
Yeah.
He then proceeds to threaten Santa
Riley
in
is
writing,
freaking crazy,
giving us
man.
a hilarious insight into Riley's creative process and making sure to get the point across with a few choice words.
I'm coming for that ass again until you pay what you owe. Sincerely yours, the
Sincerely.
Santa Stalker.
As we find out later in the episode, the letter doesn't seem to get the job done to Riley's satisfaction, so another mall Santa must unfortunately meet the young boy's wrath. Number 6, American Compassion. When an incurable flu rips across the country, the Freemans turn to President Obama's televised emergency speech for guidance.
Virus.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start off by thanking all of you out there who have called and written letters about the safety of the first family. You'll be happy to know that Michelle, Sasha, Malia, myself, and Bo are all fine.
Don't nobody care about you, man. Tell us everything will be okay for us.
After reassuring the country that he and his family are safe, he delivers some unsatisfying news for Granddad. The country's best weapon against the flu is compassion for our fellow man.
In times of crisis, Americans pull together. And what's going to get us through this difficult time? Sharing.
Sherry,
Lending a helping hand to a neighbor in their hour of need.
Granddad's panicked anger reveals his absolute distrust and hatred for others as he loudly yells in front of his grandchildren. This makes it abundantly clear that when the apocalypse hits, Granddad isn't the one you want to be with.
we all gonna die.
Number 5. Uncle Ruckus performs an
Oh my god,
exorcism.
Uncle Ruckus.
If you thought Reverend
Freaking
Father
racist,
Uncle
dude.
Ruckus would be any less racist than just the plain old Uncle Ruckus, you are in for a surprise. Tom Dubois gets possessed by the ghost of the old man Stinkmeaner, who has returned to seek revenge on Granddad for killing him in a previous episode.
We could all be reading a book right now.
Once Stinkmeaner
That's a
attacks,
random
the
nose.
Freemans need to use everything they've got to subdue him and tie him to a bed. Unable to rid the spirit themselves, they enlist Reverend Father Uncle Ruckus to perform an exorcism, and it goes exactly as you'd expect.
May white God bless you, Robert. I came as fast as I could.
Ruckus makes the family beat the possessed man with various racially charged items, like job applications, as they scream profanities throughout.
Get your black ass out of here. Yeah.
Number 4,
He's just
what
beating him
Granddad
with a
does to
belt.
Stinkmeaner.
But that's gonna.
Before Stinkmeaner went to hell,
Get
he
Stinkmeaner
caused
out
hell
of
on
him.
Earth. In Season 1's Granddad's fight, we're introduced to the concept of the N-word
The
moment,
nigga moment.
defined by Huey as a moment in which ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical black male.
Causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner.
This is exactly what happens between Granddad and Stinkmeaner, who spend the episode preparing for a rematch of a parking lot scuffle in which Stinkmeaner beats up Granddad with his martial arts skills. As it turns out, Huey wildly overestimated Stinkmeaner's
Riley made
ability,
fun of him
and
because
in
of that.
reality, when he beat Granddad, he just got lucky. Unfortunately, Huey discovers this too late, and the blind man soon meets his demise.
Damn.
Dang, Granddad, you didn't have to kill him.
Number 3, Slickback. When Granddad starts dating
it
a
was
younger
Huey's
woman,
fault,
you
though.
could say that he's a bit unwilling to accept the truth about her profession. Throughout the episode, his new girlfriend Crystal
Picnic
drops a
Slickback.
hilariously great deal of signs to suggest that she's a working girl. Her ability to run fast in heels, her constant checking to see if he's a cop, and her multiple shopping trips. Robert's denial
Damn.
persists and eventually culminates in a scene in which he meets a man in a purple suit who insists on being referred to as a pimp named Slickback.
Now hold up, Slickback.
Was by Cat
No,
Williams.
that's a pimp named Slickback.
That's what I said, Slickback.
No, it's a pimp named Slickback. Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Even after this meeting, Granddad incredulously asks if she really is causing both the kids and Crystal to interrupt him by screaming the very obvious answer at him.
Yes!
Talk about rose-colored glasses. Number 2, being interviewed by Werner Herzog. When filmmaker Werner Herzog tracks down Huey to interview him about Obama's inevitable victory in the 2008 elections, hilarity ensues. While people like Granddad are supporting the president without having any understanding of what he actually stands for,
I'm voting for Obama because he's gonna lower my taxes.
Actually, he has promised to raise taxes at your income level.
Huh?
and the rest of the world is raving about Obama's presidential
That's the first
run,
episode
and
of
dancing to
season 3.
Thugnificent's ridiculous track with Will.i.am, Huey is less than impressed.
Got up this morning, things weren't working right.
Will.i.am.
I said I wanna make a change. I said I wanna fight.
A self-described retired domestic terrorist, Huey responds unenthusiastically when asked if he's merely excited or extremely excited that everything is gonna change forever. Herzog goes on to describe violently ending his own life in response to his subject's bleak outlook, and cites an old saying from his native Bavaria about depressing kids like Huey.
In Bavaria, we have a saying, der Junge ist ja total bedient. It means this is the most depressing kid I've ever met in my life.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our
That's how
latest
Huey
videos.
is.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos
he never
or all of
smiles.
them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Huey lays it down. At the top of our list, we have one of the most incisive criticisms of American culture found in the series, and it comes from the very first episode.
I'm not a prophet, but sometimes I have prophetic dreams, like the one where I was at a garden party.
In a dream, Huey informs a group of rich white people that Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan is the devil, and the government is responsible for 9/11. Pandemonium ensues as the crowd devolves into violent chaos.
They start beating the hell out of each other too.
Later, at Ed Wensler's garden party that Huey and Riley are forced to attend, Huey tries to reenact his dream, but he encounters one unanticipated problem. None of the rich white people care. Huey is unable to deal with the encouragement and compliments from the various wealthy partygoers, who, instead of being offended and rioting, are all impressed that the young boy is so thoughtful and articulate.
Tell me this. Why was all the video recording of the Pentagon attack seized by the FBI and never seen again? He speaks so well. He's adorable.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch
Yeah, damn right,
Mojo, and be
Huey's
sure to
ways
subscribe
that
and
time.
ring the bell to be notified
That's
about our
his
latest
dream.
videos.
Yeah, I freaking missed this show, y'all. I missed the Boondocks. Damn, yeah, like I said, man, Boondocks was the shit, yo. It was a really good show that's aired on Adult Swim, you know. And yeah, good times, y'all, right? I mean, yeah, they had some funny episodes with Gangstalicious being gay, Thugnificent, like they had like a reference that he beefed with Sergeant Gutt, who was supposed to be Soldier Boy, and yeah, that was pretty funny too. So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. If y'all want me to write some more Boondock segment, let me know, and I got y'all.